they've got a defensive end, Tyler Mirabulli, who's leading the conference in sacks, 7.5 sacks on the season, 10.5 tackles for a loss. And watching their film, he had a really good game against Brockport, who's ranked #1 in our region. So he's played against really good competition and senior captain, and he's a guy that we're going to have to account for. So front seven, they're looking to stop the run. You'll see them slant and twist and blitz and try to disrupt run schemes. So we have to be disciplined with where we're going and how we're getting there.
So we got to establish the run game for sure, because they focus on it.
Well, a lot of the things that they're doing defensively, there's some run blitz stuff to try to disrupt that, but on the back end, they're not fully committing to a man pressure defense. So the thing where we've been successful is in games when we've been balanced, run and pass, when we've been able to do both, and certainly with the threat of a run game that can open up some things downfield with the play action pass game and try to get our receivers the ball downfield.
Okay, what kind of a defense they run?
It's a multiple defense. They'll be in a 4-man front. They'll be in a 3-4 front. It's not necessarily dictated by down and distance or field zone. It's designed to disrupt blocking schemes so that they can try to get a linebacker free or maybe even D lineman free on some of those one-on-one battles.
Do they blitz much?
Yes, they do blitz a bunch. So you'll see that especially out of their 3-man look, their 3-4. They'll come from the field, they'll come from the boundary. Sometimes they'll bring 4, 5, 6, and even 7. So we've got to be really in tune with the way that we're picking that stuff up.
We are live once more here at the East Campus Stadium on the RPI campus in Troy, New York. The RPI engineers right now being introduced out on the field as we are coming up shortly on the coin toss, national anthem, and then kickoff for today's Liberty League football matchup between the RPI Engineers and the St. Lawrence Saints. Kurt Stott, Bob Conway on the call for you today. As I mentioned coming in, RPI with a win today clinches an NCAA playoff berth, and they would clinch at least a share of the Liberty League title. RPI's next game next week against Union. So RPI needs to get the job done today. Pick up a win today, move to 8-0, and then worry about next week. That's what RPI's task is going to have to be here, Bob. And they have to stay focused on this, and it's expected to be a sloppy weather day here in Troy.
Well, it sure looks that way. I hope it isn't a real bad game to watch, but the winds are supposed to start picking up, well, right around now, but I don't see it right now. It was supposed to be 25 to 30 miles an hour around 12 noon to 1. RPI in 2 national polls now is ranked 14th and 1, and in that poll, the highest they were ever ranked before that was I think 207. They were 13th, and in the other poll they're ranked 15th. That's the D3 poll, and the D3 poll, the highest they were ever ranked was 5th at the end of the season. That's the year that we went to the national semifinals against St. John's from Minnesota, who we lost a pretty good ball game to, and they went on to beat Mount Union in the final. So
we will now have the national anthem here at the East Campus Stadium. It's right around noon here in Troy. Good time to remind you that you are listening to WRPI Troy with Engineer Football from the East Campus Stadium on the RPI campus. Kurt Stupp, Bob Conway on the call for you today. Before we get started, we would like to thank the Rensselaer Union. They provide the funding for WRPI and all the club-related activity of the Institute. That includes WRPI's coverage of engineer football, hockey, and baseball. Also, WRPI is on the World Wide Web. Point your browser to WRPI.org, and you can pick up our broadcast 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, as long as we're sending something out over the ether of the air. We'll provide it for you on that feed. Again, that is WRPI.org. And we may also have people watching, even locally, on RPI TV, because you can pick that up over the internet, and you may not want to be out in this weather. So that's a possibility. It is a light crowd here at the East Campus Stadium for today's action, and not much on the visitor side from St. Lawrence either.
Yeah, it's not a great football day for fans, for sure.
RPI won the toss before today's game. They elected to defer their selection to the second half, so it'll be RPI kicking off to St. Lawrence. RPI going right to left, St. Lawrence left to right across your radio dial here in quarter number one. And to reiterate, raining. Is it raining right now? Probably it's let up right now. Some people have moved away from having their umbrellas out, so I think the rain has let up a little bit, and it's a little bit windy. RPI kicks off, taken at the 8-yard line by the Saints, to the 15, to the 20, 25 along the sidelines, and out between the 25 and the 30 was Buis on the return for St. Lawrence. So the Saints start out today's game 1st and 10. It'll be right at their own 30-yard line.
RPI's defense giving up about 12 plus points a game. After 8 games, that's quite a good number.
St. Lawrence coming in 2-6 overall. They are 1-2 in the conference, the Liberty League. Pass that is incomplete near the 31-yard line. It was a pass in the flat for Ferraro, and it goes incomplete. So St. Lawrence has got 2nd and 10. Dan Puckhaber is the coach for the Saints.
Number 59 all over that play for the Engineers.
2nd down, St. Lawrence keeps it on the ground, and this isn't going to get them much as Battaglia took the handoff, and he is stopped at the 32-yard line. And so St. Lawrence is quickly in a 3rd and long situation. St. Lawrence 3rd down conversions this year, 33 of 114. That's not particularly good.
5 wideouts.
It's a 5 wideout formation for St. Lawrence on 3rd down. Looking to throw. That'll go over the middle, and is that caught? Yeah, that's caught around the 48-yard line. Groshot is the quarterback for St. Lawrence. He makes a connection around the 48 to Travis Moynell. They'll put him at the 49. That'll be a 1st down for the Saints.
Actually, nice route run by St. Lawrence and a pass well thrown, especially in the weather.
1st and 10, St. Lawrence at their own 49. No score, 13:50 to go here in the 1st quarter. St. Lawrence with the first possession of the game. Groshot throws, that's complete to the 45, and a quick tackle around the 43-yard line. Ferraro on the reception.
Jack Hoggard on the tackle for the Engineers, one of the 4 captains. Hoggard's have an outstanding year at linebacker.
So St. Lawrence is going left to right on your radio dial. If you are aware of the layout here, that is towards the East Campus Gymnasium, which is the less windy part of the field. So that is, St. Lawrence is going towards the less wind right now. Groshot throws on 1st down. He gets hit right as he lets the ball off. Pass is incomplete. Battaglia on the far side was the intended receiver.
Looking for that number if he turns around. It's a big hit.
3rd down and 2 now for St. Lawrence at the RPI 43-yard line. 2 wideouts each side. Groshot out of the shotgun. Battaglia in the backfield. Groshot looks to his left. Does he see anybody? He sees somebody, and it's broken up. No, it's incomplete. Okay, I thought the RPI defender got to it first. It was actually broken up. Intended for Murphy around the 41-yard line, and it goes incomplete. So it'll now be 4th down and 2 for St. Lawrence at the RPI 43.
Nice job by Anthony Gallo over there.
Saints keep the offense out there. It'll be a 5 wideout formation on 4th and 2 at the RPI 43-yard line. They're 2 and 6. Go for it. Groshot looking left, throws, that's complete. That'll be a 1st down at the 37-yard line. Immediately hit, so no forward progress. We get some pushing and shoving afterwards. The officials will come in and break that one up. But St. Lawrence converts on 4th down, and they'll have a 1st and 10. Marnell on the reception at the RPI 36-yard line.
To the RPI 36-yard line, 1st and 10, St. Lawrence.
$12:50 to go here, 1st quarter, no score, RPI versus St. Lawrence. Saints with the first drive of the game, 1st and 10 at the RPI 36-yard line. 5 wideout formation again for the Saints. Groshot throws, and that is caught. Nope. Is it caught or incomplete? Or are they going to say down, hit the ground? They're going to say it was caught, and he was down at the 30-yard line.
Joey Gutowski, first guy there for the Engineers.
Ferraro on the reception for St. Lawrence. That's a pickup of 6 to the 30-yard line. 2nd down and 4 for the Saints. Groshot still has his 5 wideouts, 3 to the left, 2 to the right. He's going to go left this time, and that'll be another 1st down as Ferraro has it, and he has stopped at the 22.
Yeah, Coach Izernia in the interview this week told me that St. Lawrence will pass a lot to set up the run, but he also said that their running backs are by committee this week because they got a couple of guys hurt.
1st and 10, St. Lawrence at the RPI 22. 11:40 to go here, 1st quarter, no score. Ferraro goes in motion, now heads back to the near sideline. This will be a handoff. They'll go to the ground. Battaglia is stopped at the 20 after he picks up 2.
Looks like Josh Cohen on the tackle for the Engineers.
2nd and 8, Groshot goes into the flat. That's actually a lateral, but the receiver will move ahead of the line of scrimmage. Flag comes out from the referee, Russ Tilley, as the play goes down to the 14-yard line. But we have to see what the first penalty of the game will be.
Down to the 14-yard line.
Roughing the passer against RPI, so that'll be tacked on to the play, and it'll be a 1st down and goal for St. Lawrence.
St. Lawrence very successful so far in their passing game, moving the ball right down the field. At least 3 1st downs.
Ball will be spotted at the 9-yard line. This will be 1st and goal, St. Lawrence. 11:05 to go, 1st quarter, no score. St. Lawrence with the 1st and goal. Groshot has 1 man in the backfield. Throws, sideline, that is complete, and stepped out of bounds at the 4-yard line was Ferraro. He hit the pylon, but the official saw that he had stepped out right after he caught the ball, so it'll be 2nd and goal from around the 4-yard line.
I think Gutowski was the one that had him knocked out of bounds.
2nd and goal, 4-yard line. Groshot is looking end zone, and that goes incomplete. The intended receiver, that was Marnell, wanted a pass interference call, doesn't get it.
St. Lawrence numbers are real easy to read, but RPI's are not.
RPI has black on red. St. Lawrence has red on white, and red on white is a lot easier to read. Battaglia in the backfield, 3rd down, 2 receivers each side. Groshot is throwing end zone, and that's overthrown in the corner. That goes incomplete, and it's a 4th down for St. Lawrence. Are they sending out the kicking team? It looks like it.
Yeah, nice job by Joey Gutowski once again on the coverage. He was right with his man.
Austin Pinard will come in to try a field goal. This is called a 20-yard attempt from the left hash. It is blocked. Ball still live, covered around the 8-yard line. And RPI will take possession there. 10:15 to go here, first quarter, no score. St. Lawrence held the ball for 4 minutes, 45 seconds, and there's nothing to show for it.
Nice job by the engineers. There's so many guys went up. Did you see the number on that? No. Too many guys going up at once, but that was a good way to end a pretty good drive for St. Lawrence. They moved the ball down the field very well and got nothing. So let's see what RPI's offense can do now. George Marinopoulos is on the field, ready to go.
Because it was blocked and covered in the field of play, the ball is at the position where it was down. That will be the 7-yard line for RPI. Engineers on the ground on first down. That'll get him out to the 10, maybe the 12-yard line. Cella on the carry for RPI. Gets him some room as they get beyond the 10-yard line.
Riley Cott on the tackle for St. Lawrence. Cott's a junior linebacker from Pittsford, New York.
Second and about 5, 12-yard line. Cella takes the carry again, breaks one tackle. Looks like he's got a first down, makes it past the 17, and RPI will move the chains.
On the tackle, 45, Liam Murray, sophomore linebacker from Acton, Mass.
First and 10, ball at the 18-yard line for RPI, their own 18. 9:25 to go, first quarter, no score here in Troy. RPI in their first possession of the game. And Cella takes the carry again, finds a hole on the left side. Cella to the 25, to the 30, to the 35, and that's another RPI first down.
Nice job by the offensive line. Big opener for the offensive line. I believe number 29, Kyle Frimed, F-R-I-M-E-D. D-back was on that tackle. He almost broke it.
First and 10 RPI at their own 35-yard line. 8:50 to go, first quarter. We don't have a score. St. Lawrence just crossed. This is a free play for RPI. Marinopoulos looking along the sidelines, and that'll be incomplete. So RPI gets the down back as St. Lawrence had crossed the neutral zone.
RPI also moving the ball pretty well on their first series, mostly on the ground.
5-yard penalty moves the ball to the 40-yard line. As Marinopoulos went for a chunk of yards since he knew he was at least getting the down back. Play went incomplete. Cella doesn't find anything up the middle. Tried to cut to his left, but then just gets about 2 yards to the 42.
Number 75 for St. Lawrence. That's Tyler Marable. He's the very highly touted lineman for St. Lawrence. He averages about 10.5 tackles a game and a number of sacks. Coach I was very high on him.
RPI 2nd and 3 at the 42. Cella on the carry again, but straight up the middle doesn't work that time. He's going to get a pretty good spot on here to the 44. I didn't think he got much beyond the 43, but they're going to put him near the 44 to make it a 3rd and 1 for the Engineers.
That was mostly Tyler Marable. Once again, I better check the pronunciation of that because...
Miraboli. 3rd down and 1 for RPI at their own 44. We're halfway through the first quarter. No score in Troy. Marinopoulos out of the shotgun, throws. That is complete. That'll be a first down to Cella as he is forced out of bounds at the 49.
He's brought down by number 5 for St. Lawrence, Tyler Burns. junior D-back from Milford, Connecticut.
1st and 10, RPI at their own 49-yard line. No score, under 7 to play here in the first quarter. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. RPI, well, 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right for RPI. And they fake the handoff to Scaglione. Pass that will be completed. This will be a first down to Davies as he gets to the St. Lawrence 40-yard line.
Connor Davies, Mr. Everything. Runs back, kicks. Running back, pass catcher. He does it all.
1st and 10, RPI at the St. Lawrence 40. 6:25 to go, first quarter. We are scoreless. 2 receivers each side. Scaglione in the backfield for Marinopolis. St. Lawrence moves across the line again. Who is this going to be on? Because RPI moved as well. Did RPI react to St. Lawrence crossing? That will be the ruling, that St. Lawrence crossed, forcing RPI to move, and the penalty is against St. Lawrence.
Looked like Riley Cott, number 46, with the infraction.
St. Lawrence defenders aggressively going towards the line, and twice already they have been too aggressive, we shall say. Scaglione in the backfield, 2 receivers each side for Marinopolis. Marinopolis looks to throw. That is incomplete. Looking for Davies at the 30, but it goes off his hands. Oh, it's complete.
Yes.
Okay.
He lost it, and then he went for a second effort and got it back.
Okay, as he was going down and hitting the ground, he did grab it. Yeah, they showed the replay now. Okay, so that's a completed pass to the 31-yard line, and it will be 2nd down and 1 for RPI. Engineers will throw on 1st down, and that's low, and that one's incomplete to Davies around the 20-yard line.
That was defended by number 5, also Tyler Burns. Joined here in the booth by our athletic director. He must have had a happy weekend last weekend for sure.
RPI now 3rd and 1, ball at the 31-yard line. No score with 5:21 to go in the first quarter. St. Lawrence aggressively to the line once again. And this will be a handoff to Scaglione. Scaglione will not get the first down. He is stopped at around the 32, and it'll be a 4th down for RPI.
Number 44, J.P. Riley, one of 3 Saints on that tackle.
That puts it at 4th down now for RPI.
And number 75, Tyler Marlowe. 4th and 2 at the St. Lawrence 32.
We're at the 4:45 mark left to go here in the first quarter. Ball at the 32-yard line for RPI. 4th and 2. RPI is going for it. St. Lawrence went for it on 4th down on their side. RPI is going for it on the other side. Pass that's complete to Cella, and Cella's got a first down. Brought down at the knees at the 24-yard line, but RPI keeps the drive moving.
Tackled by 46, Riley Cott. 1st and 10, RPI.
Number 46, Riley Cott, on that tackle. Nice pickup for the Engineers, who have 4 wideouts right now.
First and 10 RPI at the St. Lawrence 24. Marinopolis throws. Davies has it, and Davies is down to the 17, just about the 17-yard line. That's a gain of 7.
Devin Kelly, linebacker, 6'1", from Medfield, Mass, on that tackle.
7 on the play, 2nd down and 3.
Lineup notes, Danny Calabro and Rob Law are not playing today, so you will not hear them being announced. Three and a half to go here. First quarter, RPI 2nd and 3 at the St. Lawrence 17. Marinopoulos has time, throws, end zone, caught, complete. That is a touchdown to Tommy Avery. Engineers lead 6-0.
Nice route by Avery, well thrown by Marinopoulos. Good job by the offensive line. He had plenty of time to throw the ball. RPI goes up 6. And we want to remind you, you're listening to Rensselaer Football on WRPI 91.5 Troy. Also remind you, at the Fieldhouse tonight, RPI hockey team faces off against St. Lawrence. I believe a 7 o'clock start. Yes.
Kirsten out to try the extra point. Snap the spot, the kick is up. Kick's good. We have 3:24 to go here. First quarter, RPI has scored first. It is 7-0 Engineers.
And RPI did a similar thing to what the St. Lawrence offense did. They moved the ball right down the field by way of both passing and running. Mixed it up very well, and the difference was they got 7 on the board, where St. Lawrence drive ended by a blocked punt. A blocked field goal attempt. I don't want to say it too loud, but has the rain stopped?
It looks to me like it has stopped at the moment. The wind has also died down.
Yeah, that all last night the forecast was for, 25 to 35 mile an hour winds about noontime today.
We have not seen that.
No.
So far. Christian boots the ball away. That'll be taken by Buis at the 10 to the 15. Buis to the 20, and he's hit and he's down at the 25. St. Lawrence with reasonable field position for their second drive of the day.
Zotti was on that tackle for RPI.
Tyler Groshot is the quarterback for St. Lawrence. Jamie Battaglia is the running back. Wide receivers Anthony Ferraro, Travis Marnell, Joseph Iscardo, and Andrew Murphy. Groshot throws on first down in the flat. That's complete, and there'll be no gain on that as Murphy got the reception. And well, okay, half a yard. Murphy got the reception, only picked up a little bit.
Nice tackle on that play.
Max Warden, Nick Kostrova, Thomas O'Grady, Sam Blank, and Jack Cesari are the line up front for the Saints.
Joey Gutkowski once again. Nice tackle for the Engineers.
Let's call that a gain of 1 on first down. It'll be 2nd and 9 at the 26 for the Saints. 4 receivers set for a Groshot. He's going to roll out to his right. Looks to throw, puts it up, and broken up. It was intended for Murphy, and it was broken up by Gutkowski.
Gutkowski once again. He's been all over the field so far today. Gutkowski has played a lot since Egan has been hurt for 3 or 4 weeks. So Egan hasn't been playing. In fact, 2 games ago, we had 3 of the 4 starters from the beginning of the year out in the defensive backfield, and the backups did a very good job.
3rd and 9 for St. Lawrence, back at their own 26. Groshot throws, that's complete. This will be a first down as Murphy gets to the 45, to the 50, goes along the sidelines. Murphy to the RPI 30 and is now forced out of bounds. Murphy is out at the 26 of RPI, so a big gain on 3rd and 9 puts the Saints back on RPI side of the field.
Yeah, he was stopped by Kyle Samuels, number 1. Kyle from New City, New York.
7-0 RPI leads, 1st and 10. Throw about 20 yards downfield to Ferraro is incomplete.
2nd down and 10.
St. Lawrence got into RPI side of the field. They were in the red zone on their first possession, and their field goal attempt was blocked. This is possession number 2, and they are again on RPI side of the field. Team that's coming in 2-6 overall, 1-2 in the conference. Groshot has time, throws, and almost picked off. It looked like Hoggard had the best chance at that.
Yes, he did, number 44. Hoggard has had an outstanding year. Well, all three of our linebackers have, but I think he especially has been outstanding at the linebacker position. That's probably why he's one of the captains, real leader out there.
3rd and 10 for the Saints at the RPI 26-yard line. Saints go with the 5 wide receiver formation. Groshot looking right now. Puts it up, and that is complete. That'll be down to the 10. That'll be a first down. Ferraro got that right beyond, just beyond the first down marker. Picks up another 6 yards, and he's down to the 10. That'll be a 1st and goal for the Saints.
He threaded that pretty well, right between 2 RPI defenders.
RPI leading 7-0, 1:40 to go, first quarter.
See if the Engineers can stay tough down here. They've done it all year.
Looks like Cocknett is in the backfield right now for the Saints. Groshot throws in the flat. That's complete, but that'll be a loss of yards. They're going to lose about 2.5 yards as Murphy got it, but he's tackled around the 12.
Once again, Gutowski, the first guy there.
And number 31, John Seagat. A loss of 2 on the play, 2nd down and goal from the RPI 12-yard line.
So the Saints are backed up to the 12 for a 2nd and goal.
5 wideouts.
3 left, 2 right. Groshot, shotgun, looking right. He'll throw. That's complete near the 5, and that's all that happened. Marnell couldn't move it any further. It'll be a 3rd and goal after they put him out at the 4. It'll be a 3rd and goal at that point.
Big play here.
3rd and goal at the 4. Groshot throws, end zone, that is complete. Ferraro has it, and St. Lawrence pulls it within 1.
He ran a quick little look-in turnabout route, came forward, and he was clear. Came towards the front of the end zone.
St. Lawrence is keeping the offense out there. They are going for 2. Trying to take the lead. Groshot looks left, end zone. The receiver's tied up with an RPI player, and they're going to say that's a conversion. That's good. He caught it. I couldn't tell. He got it one-handed. He took it one-handed in the end zone, and I couldn't tell if he was inbounds or not. I believe that was Marnell who got that.
Really tough ball to defend against.
And tough for us to see. That's the, it's the far side corner there. But St. Lawrence converts for the 2-point conversion. They lead 8-7 with 28 seconds left in the first quarter.
Okay, now we've had two series by St. Lawrence. In both series, they have passed very effectively against the defense. Right down the field both times. First time they had a field goal blocked. This time they get 8. So adjustments obviously needed to be made in the secondary. RPI defense has done it all year.
St. Lawrence to kick off. That kick is going to the 10-yard line. Davies to the 20, 25, tripped up by the legs. Nice open field tackle there, actually, to get Davies down. And RPI will start out at their own 28. That was Ashforth, Sam Ashforth kicking off. Not on the 2 deep as the kickoff person, but he was out there kicking it.
I think Darian Davies was on that tackle. And he just got him. He had a lot of open space in front of him.
Which brings up the question, Pinard didn't come out for an extra point and didn't come out to kick off. Is their regular kicker hurt? Did Austin Pinard get hurt, or is they just opted to go a different way this time? Don't know. RPI at the 28-yard line. 1st and 10, trailing by 1 here in the first quarter. And Cella takes the handoff and stopped at the 29.
Looks like Caleb Null was the first guy there.
Yep, stopped at the 29-yard line for a gain of 1.
Gain of 1, 2nd down and 9.
Number 55, Caleb Null, sophomore D-line, Carthage, New York.
That does it for quarter number 1 here in Troy. St. Lawrence leads RPI 8-7.
And we once again remind you that you're listening to Rensselaer Football on WRPI 91.5 Troy. Also reminding you that RPI's hockey team will play St. Lawrence tonight at the Fieldhouse, 7 o'clock. The puck will be dropped, and next week at 12 noon on this field, RPI will host Union College for the Dutchman Shoes game.
No score out of town. Ithaca Hobart and Union versus Rochester are the other games. This is the last weekend of a full slate of Liberty League games. Next weekend, Ithaca's playing Cortland, and that forced Rochester to also play an out-of-conference game. Anyway, back to today. If you're an RPI fan, obviously the scoreboard here is the most important thing. A win today puts them in the NCAAs and gets them the league title, or at least a share of the league title. But, and this is a but, RPI wants Ithaca to beat Hobart today because Ithaca is regionally ranked and Hobart is not. And one of the criteria in determining seedings for an NCAA tournament berth is record against ranked teams. And Ithaca is the only ranked team that RPI has played. So RPI wants Ithaca to stay in the regional rankings, and they want Ithaca to beat Hobart today. So if you're scoreboard watching, root for Ithaca against Hobart if you're an RPI fan. 2nd and 9, RPI at the 29, their own 29. As we start out the second half, RPI just moved early, and that'll be a -5 yards.
I think it was Rick Denbosky, number 70.
It was. Crowd is picked up here. It's not going to be a sellout. That's certainly not going to happen. But the St. Lawrence side has certainly attracted some more people. I guess everybody was waiting for the game to start before they went out in the potential rain. Engineers on 2nd and 14. Cella's got a hold. Cella to the 30. Cella to the 35 as he backed up, then fell down, and it'll be a 3rd and 3 for RPI.
Yeah, he was taken down by, I believe, by number 29 for St. Lawrence. Actually, it was a pretty nice tackle. Yeah, it was 29. That's Kyle Fremmel again.
RPI 3rd down and 3. Marinopolis has time, goes long, wide open. That is complete into Saints territory, to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, and not making it into the end zone. McDonald on the reception got pretty close, and a flag comes out later. Is that a face mask on the tackle? McDonald gets it along the sidelines. He was wide open. Marinopolis found him. McDonald's wide open. He almost got it in. He almost made it in. They're marking him at the 1. If this is against St. Lawrence, it doesn't get RPI much. Okay, this is against McDonald. I think he threw the ball afterwards. I think that's what happened. And so RPI is going from the 1 to the 16. The ball did go flying after the tackle. I at first thought it was just a result of that, but I think McDonald actually threw the ball.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, they call it.
So RPI, instead of 1st and goal at the 15, or at the 1, pardon me, it will be 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line. That's the kind of penalty that is not going to make your coach happy.
Absolutely not.
8-7, St. Lawrence leads. 14 minutes to go in the first half. It's RPI left to right, St. Lawrence right to left across your radio dial in this quarter. Engineers 1st and 10 from the 16, gives to Cella. Cella goes left, tries to turn the corner, hits one of the defenders, and he's stopped around the 13-yard line.
Like he was stopped by number 29, Kyle Frimmel again.
2nd and 7 RPI at the 13-yard line. Three receivers to the right, one to the left for RPI. Cella in the backfield. Cella fakes the handoff to Marinopoulos, throws, and it pops up in the air, comes down. Is that a fumble or an incomplete pass? I think they're going to rule that's a fumble. The officials will now talk about it. Did he have possession long enough for it to be a fumble, or is it just incomplete? RPI is trying to signal incomplete, and they're going to rule incomplete. They'll say it's an incomplete pass. RPI, that's a break.
Yeah, it is.
I'll be honest, that could have gone either way. Obviously, this is not the NFL. There's no video review on this. The decision has been made, and that's final. St. Lawrence not happy on the far sidelines. But to me, that was a 50-50 call. And RPI got a break on that one.
Well, St. Lawrence put on a good show as well.
3rd down and 7 for RPI at the St. Lawrence 13-yard line. Marinopoulos is looking right, has time, looks end zone, and Davies has it for the touchdown. Just before he's stepping out of bounds, his last foot was in for the TD, and RPI takes a 13-8 lead.
Davies just does it all. Number 7, Connor Davies. The overall yardage, net yardage gainer in the league. And he does it in so many ways. Punt returns, kickoff returns, catching passes, running the ball. He did a wildcat a couple of weeks ago, twice.
Christian on to try the extra point. Davies on the hold. The kick is up and good. 12:54 to go here in the first half. RPI leads 14-8.
14, St. Lawrence 8. In fact, a reminder, women's soccer is selling scarves in the Leapfrog lobby.
Didn't get a chance so far, or I just didn't give the RPI offense in today's game. The lineup front, Chris New, Thomas O'Lawson, Bobby Booz, Rick Demboski, and Aaron Castillo. Wide receivers are Keaton Ackerman and Vinny McDonald. Slot backs are Connor Davies and Tommy Avery. The tailback is Nick Cella, and George Marinopoulos is the quarterback for RPI.
Nice drive by the Engineers. Bad penalty. Could have hurt them a lot. They had a very good completion from Marinopoulos to McDonald. What would you say, 40-some yards?
Pardon me?
Was that 40-some yards, that throw?
That McDonald throw?
Yeah.
It was maybe more than, actually, I think it was more than 40.
And he got to the 1-yard line and apparently threw the ball, and that's a personal foul.
St. Lawrence on the kickoff. Buis gets past the 20 to the 25. Buis is down near his own sidelines at around the 29. So St. Lawrence starting out today the 30, the 25, and the 29. And both of their previous drives, I should say, made it well into RPI territory. Missed a field goal on the first and scored a touchdown with a 2-point conversion to get their 8 points in today's game on the second.
Let's see if the RPI defense can shut down this passing game. Last week was the first week they didn't pick off a pass.
St. Lawrence on first down. They're keeping this on the ground, and the running game for St. Lawrence has not been successful. This continues that trend as they get a little bit over a yard on that. They're out to the 30 now.
Gain of
That was Hoggart on the tackle for the Engineers.
Battaglia on the run for St. Lawrence. St. Lawrence at the 30-yard line. 12:10 to go here, first half. 14-8. Pass incomplete. They were looking for Baker, Paul Baker, around the 37, but it was thrown behind him. So St. Lawrence finds himself very rapidly in 3rd and long situations.
Yes, they do.
That is what they face right now. 3rd down and long, 3rd and 9. At their own 30-yard line. 5 wide receiver formation. Change at quarterback. Ruthman is in there right now at quarterback. He makes a completion, and that'll be a first down for St. Lawrence. He completed to McCormick around the 40, and he made it up near the 47 before he was forced out.
They're giving up that sideline slant thing like they did against Hobart. Last 2 touchdowns of the game were set up. Well, I think we went to a prevent defense anyway, but their passing game with the short sideline stuff is killing us today so far.
1st and 10, St. Lawrence at their own 47. 11:35 to go, first half. RPI leads 14-8 on the option play, and St. Lawrence will cross the 50 and get it down to the 48-yard line. Davis in there in the running back position for St. Lawrence on that carry. So he's into RPI territory at the 48. That was a pickup of 5 for St. Lawrence.
5 on the play, 2nd down and 5.
Hoggart once again on the stop for the Engineers.
2nd and 5 at the 48 for St. Lawrence. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Ruthman hands off, and Davis will get, nope, probably nothing. He's going to be stopped at the 48-yard line. It's a no gain on 2nd down. 3rd down now for St. Lawrence.
That was a host of Engineers there, most of the interior lines on that stop.
No gain on the play. 3rd down and 5 at the RPI 48-yard line.
Now this is the down where they got to start cracking down.
3rd and 5 at the RPI 48 for St. Lawrence. 2 receivers each side. Cognetta was in the backfield. Ruthman's going to roll out to his right, puts the ball up in the air and overthrows Baker.
Kid throws the ball well. That was overthrown, but he gets the ball there pretty quickly.
If you heard in the background, referee announced that Cognetta, number 6 for St. Lawrence, lost his helmet, so he has to sit out of play. Could be seeing our first punt today, as Jackson Reaper should be the punter. He has a high kick. Davies is going to signal a fair catch, and he takes it at the RPI 13-yard line. We have 10:01 to go in half number 1 here in Troy. It is RPI 14 and St. Lawrence 8.
And we want to once again remind you that you're listening to Rensselaer Football on WRPI 91.5 Troy. Also, to remind you that tonight at 7 o'clock, Houston Fieldhouse RPI hosts St. Lawrence in hockey. And next week, 12 noon on this field, RPI will host Union College for the Dutchman's Shoes Trophy.
1st and 10, RPI at their own 13. The wind is picking up. I can hear it actually with our external microphone. But I don't believe it is raining right now. On 1st down, Engineers, that's Davies with the carry, and Davies is out at the 19-yard line.
Yeah, number 5, Tyler Burns on that tackle.
Kid is to the 19-yard line, gain 6, 2nd down and 3.
So Davies picks up 6 on the run. 2nd and 4. RPI with a 6-point lead. Second down, RPI on the ground again, and this will maybe net about 2 yards.
Number 46, Riley Cott, on the tackle for St. Lawrence.
Scaglione on the run for RPI.
Gain of 2, third down and 2.
RPI 3rd and 2 at their own 21-yard line. Three receivers to the left, one to the right. Scaglione in the backfield for Marinopolis. Takes a snap. Scaglione has the carry, and he's going to get, Scaglione has it to the 25, and that'll be a first down for RPI.
And Scaglione brought down once again by number 45, Liam Murray, sophomore linebacker.
First and 10, RPI right on their own 25-yard line. 8:25 to go here in the first half. RPI 14, St. Lawrence 8. Marinopolis looks to his right. Pass, is that complete or incomplete? They're going to say incomplete. He was so juggling as he went out of bounds. And it was Ackerman was the receiver on that one. He had it in his hand, then he juggled it, and he didn't get a foot down before he caught it.
Freemill, one of the guys on the coverage, he's been all over the field today, Freemill. Let's see, he's a D-back, and he is a first-year freshman.
We had a delay for unknown reasons. Set you back up again. 2nd and 10 at the 25, their own 25. RPI has the ball. 8:10 to go here, first half. RPI moved early, and that'll be 5 yards against them.
That's twice now. We've taken 3 penalties today that they just kill you.
2nd down and 15 yards to go.
RPI needs to pick up the momentum again. That 2 points could mean a lot.
2nd and 10 just became 2nd and 15. 2 receivers each side for Marinopolis. 2nd and 15, steps up in the pocket, throws downfield, caught, that is complete for RPI. Lombardi to the 35, to the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, caught from behind by Burns. It'll be 1st and goal for RPI.
Nice route, nice pass. Big plus for RPI. Offensive line, good job, plenty of time for Marinopolis. He stepped up and threw it. And Burns caught up to him, Tyler Burns.
1st and goal, RPI at the 9. Engineers lead by 6. As we're going to hit the halfway mark of the second quarter, Cella goes straight ahead, and he had a second burst of energy, but they'll say he was, forward progress has him at the 8, a gain of 1.
Once again, 55, Caleb Null on the tackle for St. Lawrence.
2nd down and goal from the 8.
2nd and goal at the 8 for RPI. 2 receivers left, 1 right. There's a tight end on the right side as well. Cella is the running back for Marinopolis. RPI's 3rd possession of the game, looking for their 3rd score of the game. Marinopolis lofts one end zone, and Ackerman can't get there. It's incomplete.
Incomplete in the end zone, intended for number 14, Keith Ackerman. 3rd and goal.
It was Pilot on the coverage for St. Lawrence.
That's Pilote, huh?
Pilot.
Yeah.
3rd and goal from the 8 for RPI.
It's important RPI keeps scoring on these drives.
Fakes the handoff to Cella. Pass, that is behind the intended receiver. There was actually, it was a slant pattern, and it was actually a good play there, because had the pass been on target and the intended receiver there was Smith, had it been on target, he was either down at the 1 or in.
Yeah, he ran a nice route. The ball was just thrown behind him.
RPI going to try a field goal here. This is a 25-yard attempt near the right hash for Krishnan. Wind is kind of blowing against him right now. Snap, spots down, the kick is up, and the kick is good. 6:39 to go here in the first half. RPI leads 17-8.
Okay, RPI once again with a fairly good sustained drive, but weren't able to get the 6. And they need to do that in that red zone. They got to convert, and they usually do when they're down there. But they did get 3, and they lead it 17-8. And we again remind you, you're listening to RPI football on WRPI 91.5 Troy. We also remind you to come on up to the field house tonight and see RPI hockey versus St. Lawrence. And next week, one of the biggest rivalries in Division III in the country, RPI and Union, for the Dutchman shoes, and people in the community really benefit. Come up here and see some real good football at a beautiful facility.
Krishnan to kick the ball away. Buis takes it at the 7-yard line. 10, 15, Buis, 20, to the sidelines, out of bounds. And big collision afterwards. Players, and now we've got a flag coming in. There was a big collision off to the sidelines. I'm not entirely sure what happened over there.
Well, way over, beyond the sideline, one of the St. Lawrence guys tackled an RPI guy out of bounds. I don't know what that was about.
Well, that's a 15-yard penalty against St. Lawrence for doing that.
You couldn't miss it. It was kind of body slammed him.
Tight game. 6:33 to go in the first half. 17-8 RPI leads. And we've seen both teams take some personal fouls. For RPI, it didn't cost them. They ended up getting a touchdown. They were going to have the ball at the 1. It got moved to the 16. They ended up with a touchdown anyway. Here, St. Lawrence will be backed up. They'll start their drive around their own 13-yard line, thanks to the 15-yard penalty.
6:33 to go in the half. 17-8 RPI.
It doesn't look to me like it's really raining much right now, and the wind is off and on. It's kind of weird the way the arena, the stadium is up against the hill, because the flags on the goalposts are hardly moving, but we see other flags further away moving very rapidly.
There's trees right opposite us and some flags behind them.
Right, but then if you look at the goalposts, they're not moving hardly at all. So it's difficult to gauge how the wind is on the field. It doesn't seem to have affected the passing game all that much. And on first down, Groshot is back in the game at QB, and he keeps it and runs it ahead for about 3 yards to the 17.
Fallon on the tackle for the Engineers. Another one of our fine linebackers.
Second and 7 for St. Lawrence. And they'll fake the handoff, pass in the flat to Murphy. That's complete. He's tackled from behind at the 22. It won't be a first down, but it's 3rd and 2 for St. Lawrence, which is a lot less than the third downs they've usually gotten.
Hoggart on the tackle once again.
Amachi Conquo, Rohan Sherry-Nash, Antonio Ragliano, and Cole Valinati are the line up front for RPI's defense. Jack Hoggart, Jack Fallon, and John Sadek are the linebackers. Cornerbacks are DJ Stefanski and Anthony Gallo. Safeties Luke Watanabe and Joey Katowski. That is the RPI defense. On 3rd down and 2, Groshot has to run with it. He'll get a first down as he makes it to the 27-yard line. He didn't have any options downfield to throw that ball, but he does get St. Lawrence, keeps St. Lawrence drive alive. First and 10 for the Saints at their own 27. 5:10 to go. First half. RPI 17, St. Lawrence 8. Two receivers each side. Groshot in at QB again. Groshot looking left, doesn't see anybody, under pressure, gets away from it. Groshot now slides, and did he lose the ball? He may have lost the ball at the 26, but I think they're going to come in and say he was down on the slide. He slid feet first, and once the quarterback does that, they're down at that point. He can't lose the ball.
Michi Kwankwo on the stop, number 9 for the Engineers.
Loss on the play. Groshot sacked for a loss of 1.
So that'll go into the books as a sack for RPI. Loss of 1. It'll be third down. Second down or third down?
I think second.
Okay, second down. Yes, second down. My bad. Groshot rolls out to his right, puts the ball up in the air, and overthrows everybody. Gutowski had the best chance at that, but it was still beyond his reach.
Yeah, he was trying to hit Andrew Murphy out there.
Penalty against St. Lawrence.
Murphy's a Glens Falls kid.
RPI will take that penalty. It'll make it second and 20 for the Saints. There's 4:09 to go here in the first half. RPI leads 17-8. The thinking here is put St. Lawrence back further, get the ball back, and try for another score. So
exactly,
the yards can help out here. 5 wide receiver formation for the Saints. Groshot looks left, throws, that's complete, only out to the 25-yard line. Immediate tackle there by Sadak. Baker on the reception for St. Lawrence.
And Sadak is the third of the 3 Hoggart linebackers. Hoggart being the captain.
Third and 12 for St. Lawrence at their own 25-yard line. 5 receivers for Groshot. He's going to step up, now throws the ball, and that is caught on RPI side of the field. Down at the 45-yard line is Ferraro. That's a first down for the Saints.
He's getting away from the rush. He's stepping up in the pocket. And nobody was around him when he threw the ball. They were behind him.
3:15 to go first half. First and 10 St. Lawrence at the 45 of RPI. Groshot throws before he gets hit and overthrows Ferraro, and that's incomplete.
Good rush by the Engineers. Looks like number 75, Reuben Clark. First guy there for the Engineers. Clark's a freshman.
Second and 10 for the Saints at the RPI 45. Saints trailing by 9 in the first half. Groshot throws, that's complete, and that is Ferraro at the 38, we'll call it. Not enough for a first down, needed 3 more yards. Third down and 3 for RPI. Based on the people in the stands, I'd say it's not raining at all at this point. No umbrellas are out. People don't have their heads covered by hoods. Groshot, 3rd and 3 pass. That's incomplete. Looking for Ferraro at the 32. That was a little too far ahead of him, and St. Lawrence now with 4th down and 3 with 2:34 to go in the half.
Nice coverage by John Sadak. By the way, that was my mistake to number game again. It was not Reuben Clark on that tackle. The tackle before this one.
4th and 3, St. Lawrence is going for it.
Cherry and Ash was the guy who made the tackle.
Offense is out there, 10 seconds on the play clock. Groshot is giving instructions to his team. 3, 2, 1, they snap the ball. Groshot looking left, throws, that's complete, and that'll be a first down at the 33-yard line to Ferraro.
Groshot's pass is complete.
Sadak once again. John Sadak on the tackle.
Clock starts running again. 2:20 to go here, first half. RPI 17, St. Lawrence 8. St. Lawrence first and 10 at the RPI 33.
Need to get tough here. They don't want to let them score before the half.
5 receivers again for the Saints. RPI will get the ball to start out the second half. They deferred their selection when they won the coin toss. Throw that is incomplete. We've got a little bit of roughhousing afterwards as Groshot was hit right as he threw the ball, basically right after he threw the ball. And it went past 2 receivers. Ferraro was the tail man on that throw, and he couldn't get it.
One of the, I think it was 56, threw a punch in the backfield. Nobody saw it.
St. Lawrence operating with a running back this time. Groshot is going to keep it himself, and he's not going to get much of anything. Nope, he'll be stopped at the line of scrimmage. He stopped at the 33. So that didn't work for St. Lawrence, and now they're looking at 3rd and 10 at the 33-yard line. Clock still running, 1:40 to go first half. Good time to remind you this is WRPI Troy with Engineer Football from the East Campus Stadium in Troy, New York. Kurt Stupp, Bob Conway on the call for you. 17-8 RPI leads, now with 1:30 to go in the first half. Third and 10 for St. Lawrence.
Defense got to be tough on this one. 3rd downs have been rough.
St. Lawrence has converted on a lot of 3rd downs today, and the Saints will take a timeout with 1:06 to go in the half.
Well, it's certainly unlike a couple of weeks ago. This game is a lot of offense, up and down, up and down, up and down. And sometimes they get in, sometimes they don't. Sometimes it's field goals. But it's not a bad game to watch so far. It would have been nice if RPI could have stopped them, as you said. Got pretty good field position and had an opportunity to score before the half. Now they're in a position where they got to stop them from scoring before the half.
Engineers looking to clinch an NCAA playoff berth and at least a share of the league title today with a win. That is what is on the line right now for RPI. If things were to go south today, they can still make both of those with a win next week. But you want to finish it off today. 3rd and 10, St. Lawrence at the RPI 33-yard line. Saints down by 9 late in the first half. Groshot throws, and that is knocked away by the D.
Good job.
That was Giasola.
Giasola, number 26.
He was on the breakup. Marnell was the intended receiver. And what is St. Lawrence going to do now? They are sending out the punt team? RPI needs to pay very close attention to this play.
Well,
Burns is an up man here.
St. Lawrence did a fake punt from their own 12-yard line earlier in the year.
Okay, Burns, the speedster who caught one of the engineers the other way, is the up man for the punt formation here. And St. Lawrence is going to take a delay of game penalty.
Delay of game penalty against St. Lawrence.
Okay, so that'll move the line of scrimmage back to the 38. There's 1:02 to go here in the first half. St. Lawrence with a 4th and 15. I can't think he'd do a fake now by giving up 5 yards. They will send it back to the punter, and he will kick it. Fair catch signaled by Davies, and it hits out of bounds. So this will be RPI's ball at their own 6-yard line with 55 seconds left in the half.
So that'll be interesting to watch. You got to be careful down here. You certainly don't want a turnover.
Well, St. Lawrence can stop the clock twice. So we have the clock stopped on the change of possession. If RPI runs a play, St. Lawrence can stop it. RPI runs another play, St. Lawrence stops it. RPI runs their last play. It would be close to around 0 by the time 4th down would have to happen. RPI on the ground, and they'll get stopped at the 11-yard line, and the clock will continue to run. RPI not in a big rush here, and St. Lawrence is willing to let the clock run out if that's the way it's going to go. RPI does have to run another play. There's approximately a 6-second differential between the play clock and the game clock. RPI on the ground for 2nd down, and Cella will make it out to the 11-yard line. That'll be a 1st down, so the clock will stop while they move the chains. But RPI does not have to run another play this half. Engineers will get the ball to start out half number 2. They won the toss. They deferred their selection. RPI's offense is headed towards the sidelines. Team is going into the locker room, so there will be no more plays for this half. That'll finish it off here in the first half with RPI leading St. Lawrence 17-8. So teams will be heading into the locker room for halftime. Wow, they're really going here. They got that clock already running before the officials have gone off the field. That's not what they're supposed to do, but apparently people want this game to move quickly. So the halftime clock is already running, and if that's running, we're going to take a break. So we'll take a few minutes out. We'll come back. It'll be the rest of the interview with head coach Ralph Isernia, then some talk about RPI's positioning for the playoffs, another break, and then we'll be back for the second half. So the score here after one half, it is RPI 17 and St. Lawrence 8, and you're listening to live coverage of Engineer football on 91.5 FM, WRPI Troy.
thought it was good.
Officials rule incomplete. So it'll be back to 2nd and 10 at the 38. This is the first St. Lawrence drive to start on RPI side of the field. The last drive where they punted was the only drive that didn't end on RPI side of the field in today's game. Only the 6th possession, though, for St. Lawrence. This is a low possession game here at the East Campus Stadium. 2nd and 10, throw wide open, complete, and that'll be down to the 17-yard line for Ferraro.
They just don't have the answers to pass defense. You'd think they'd pick one off by now, but
1st and 10, St. Lawrence at the RPI 17, 9:25 to go. 3rd quarter, RPI 20, St. Lawrence 8. In at quarterback. And that is complete. Oh, no, incomplete. Incomplete. Looked like Ferraro was going to have that in the end zone. Groshot, I was about to say, is back in at quarterback for St. Lawrence. It looked like Ferraro had it in the end zone, but he couldn't hold on to it as he went to the ground, and it's incomplete.
he beat his man, though. He was well beyond his man. He dropped it. Defense has got to get tough.
2nd and 10 at the 17-yard line for St. Lawrence. Murphy in the backfield. Groshot under pressure, rolls to his right, puts it up deep end zone, and that is so deep it's out of the end zone. That's incomplete.
He got hit pretty hard that time. Big rush by.
Third and 10.
2 of the RPI interior linemen.
3rd and 10 for St. Lawrence. Murphy in the backfield. 3 receivers. Oh, no, pardon me. That's not Murphy in the backfield. Davis is in the backfield. Groshot looking end zone. Overthrows.
He pushed him off, too.
McCormick.
Watch this play. The replay. He just pushed him.
There was contact there. St. Lawrence will keep the offense out there on 4th and 10 at the 17-yard line. Down by 12, 9:08 to go in the 3rd. 5 wide receiver formation for Groshot. Five seconds left on the play clock. They snap the ball. Groshot under pressure, gets away, steps up, throws, that's complete, and that'll be a first down, and that is a touchdown to Marnell. Found him around the 10, I think. Let's check on the replay. I'm not sure he had the first down when he first got the ball. No, he didn't. He caught the ball around the 10, didn't get the first down, got the first down, then got the touchdown.
The quarterback just is doing the same thing. People are running past him, he's moving up and then throwing the ball. Nobody around him. Tell you. Got 2 points now.
St. Lawrence, the offense is staying out there, which again makes me wonder, did Austin Pinard, the kicker, get hurt when the field goal attempt failed? As Groshot, shovel pass, and that is complete, and that will not be a conversion, though. It was complete to Davis, but he got caught at the 2-yard line, so St. Lawrence fails on the conversion, and 9:01 to go here, 3rd quarter. It's RPI 20, St. Lawrence 14.
Wow. That missing that touchdown from 2 yards out was really big. RPI is almost forced now to go back and score right away. Get the momentum back in this game. They're moving the ball at will, passing.
Oddly, the wind seems to be blowing in both directions at the same time. We have flags on our left that are blowing kind of south, and a flag on the right blowing kind of north. So, I don't know.
You know, the way they're passing right now reminds me a lot of the Hobart 4th quarter.
That was 2 weeks ago here at the East Campus Stadium when RPI, let's call it, held on in the 4th quarter to defeat Hobart. RPI Allen will take it at the 15-yard line, out to the 30, 35, and to the 40. Davies again. The numbers are difficult to read. Bob's not exaggerating. They are difficult to read out there. Black numbers on a red jersey are difficult to read. So Davies returns it to the 40-yard line, and RPI has it for their 7th possession of the game.
Yeah, I swear, folks, I'm not just making this up. It's really hard to see RPI's numbers, especially when they're in a pile and coming off.
6-point lead for RPI in quarter number 3.
That's why I corrected a play later. I wanted to have the kid get credit for the tackle. I don't want to call somebody else's number.
1st and 10, RPI on the ground, and this is not going to get anything. That was Bryce Todd, who was stopped at the line of scrimmage, which is the 40-yard line for this series.
Devin Kelly on the stop, number 51.
Second and 10, 3 receivers left, 1 to the right for RPI. That is Scaglione in the backfield for the Engineers.
They need a good sustained drive here.
Snap. Marinopoulos fakes the handoff. Throw. That is complete. Davies has it. He's at the 45 to the 40, sideline 35, and then he's got no more room, and he's out at the 31.
Number 47 got to him just before he went out, and that is Bastian Pilot. RPI with a quick play coming.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. Pass is complete to Davies in the flat to the left. Breaks 1 tackle, and he's to the 28.
Tackled by number 6, Catanetta.
7:35 to go here. 3rd quarter, RPI 20, St. Lawrence 14.
They need to keep this drive going. They need a positive drive. Pick that offense up.
Second and 7 at the St. Lawrence 28. Scaglione in the backfield, 4 receivers for Marinopoulos. Gives to Scaglione up the middle. He breaks through. Scaglione cuts to his left now. He's got a 1st down to the 15, to the 10. Scaglione out of bounds at the 5.
Nice run by Scaglione. Sweep the left side. Turned it on a bit. Place him on the 5. Now let's see them do something different, I hope, than just running right at the middle.
1st and goal from the 5 for RPI. 6:45 to go, 3rd quarter. RPI 20, St. Lawrence 14. Marinopoulos wants to throw, looking in the corner, and it's just off the hands of Ackerman in the corner. He was open, and a little bit closer, that would have been a touchdown.
He was open. It was very close. RPI offense just has to concentrate, play their game. They're certainly capable of getting in that end zone.
RPI back to the line. 2nd and goal from the 5. And RPI Marinopoulos is going to run this one, and he'll get stopped at the 2. Nope, that's Davies, pardon me. They switched it up. Davies in at the QB position. He runs it, and he gets stopped at the 2.
Yeah, they're doing what they did. Remember the game they put?
Yeah, it was against Hobart.
Yes, same thing.
Cella's in the backfield. Davies in. Technically, he's the quarterback right now. Davies is going to follow Cella to the left. Can he find a hole? And he is in for the touchdown.
Nice job of blocking over there by the left side of RPI's offensive line. And the other running back.
That was Cella as the blocking back in that play.
Cella did a nice job.
Davies on the hold. Christian on to try the extra point. Snap, spot, kick is up. Kick is good. RPI 27, St. Lawrence 14 with 5:58 to go in the third quarter.
And folks, they really needed that drive, and it was a good drive. They executed all the way down the field very well, moved it well, put it in the end zone, got 6 and followed it with a PAT. And now at 5:58 to go in the third quarter, RPI leads St. Lawrence 27-14. We once again will remind you that you're listening to Rensselaer Football on WRPI 91.5 Troy. We're also reminding you that tonight at 7 o'clock at the Fieldhouse, RPI Fieldhouse, Houston Fieldhouse, RPI hockey team versus St. Lawrence, 7 o'clock start. And next week, 12 o'clock start here, one of the East Division III's biggest rivalries, RPI and Union for the Dutchman shoes. Ball fell down again. Sanjay's having a tough time. It's not his fault, it's the wind.
The wind blowing in whatever direction happens to be blowing in right now. Ithaca has taken a 7-3 lead over Hobart with 2:43 to go in the third quarter.
In the third quarter?
Third quarter.
Wow. Yeah, that's going to be a tough loss for some. Which one of those teams loses that game?
Christian boots it away. Buis takes it at the 5, 10, 15, 20, and down at the 25.
23-yard return to the St. Lawrence 25-yard line. First and 10 for the
Tackled by number 27 for RPI, Brendan Zotti. Brendan is a safety. He's played a lot at safety, just not recently.
First and 10 for the Saints at their own 25-yard line. They are down by 13 in the third quarter. And that is Groshot at quarterback, and his throw is off target to Marnell.
intended for Marnell.
Incomplete on first down.
I just find it amazing. I mean, percentage-wise, you would think we would have picked the pass off with this many throws. And they didn't pick one off last week either.
Second and 10 at the 25 for the Saints. Two receivers each side. Groshot puts the ball up. That is complete to Murphy, and he's out of bounds at the 38 for a first down.
Same thing, sideline, pass. I don't know. I don't know if they're just let him throw under. I don't know, but you shouldn't let him throw under for a first down for sure.
Groshot on first down has to throw. That's incomplete. They were looking for Ferraro on the sidelines, and it went a little bit too high, went off his hands and out of bounds. It'll be second and 10 for St. Lawrence at the 38-yard line. 5:22 to go here, third quarter. RPI 27, St. Lawrence 14. They've gone to the half and it's connected to Union 21, Rochester nothing. Groshot steps up, throws, and it's off target.
You see how he did it again, Kurt?
McCormick was the intended receiver, but he was not on target there.
He does it every time. Our guys rush him, they run past him, he moves up, nobody's around him, and he throws uncontested.
St. Lawrence, third and 10 at their own 38. Three receivers left, one right. Battaglia in the backfield. Groshot throws over the middle. That's caught, and that'll be a first down. Ferraro just gets across the marker to the 49, and it'll be a first down for St. Lawrence.
First and 10, St. Lawrence at the 49-yard line.
Chain crew moves.
I don't get it.
5 to go, third quarter. RPI 27, St. Lawrence 14.
You know what they're going to do? They've done it every time.
Four wide receivers for Groshot. He looks to his left, and that is knocked away. Gutowski got a hand in there and knocked it away from Ferraro.
Yeah, Gutowski was there.
Second down and 10.
No running back for the Saints on this play. 5 wide receivers. 2nd and 10 at the 49. Groshot near the sideline. That pass is complete. Cutting into the middle and getting a chunk of yards. Looks like that was Murphy to the RPI 44. Yep, that was Murphy on the reception for St.
Major
Lawrence.
missed tackle. Right by him. He just put his head down. The tackler went right past him, never touched him. Defense is not playing well right now.
5 wide receivers. Groshot over the middle. That is complete to Ferraro. He's got a first down to the RPI 21-yard line.
Now they've run that play to that same guy at least 5 times. And every time he's wide open.
They'll put him down at the 20-yard line. 1st and 10 for St. Lawrence at the RPI 20. We have 3:50 to go here, third quarter. RPI 27, St. Lawrence 14.
You got to pressure this guy without letting him run ahead.
It's a 4-man rush for RPI. Groshot looking end zone, and that is complete. That's a touchdown. The defender went to knock that away, didn't get the ball. It goes to the wide receiver, and St. Lawrence picks up 6. I think that was Marnell.
And folks, this game is not over. 27-20. They're going for 2 again.
I think their kicker got hurt. So St. Lawrence is going for 20. Oh, not, pardon me, going for 2. They have 20. And they took a timeout right now. So there's 3:39 left to go here in the third quarter. St. Lawrence with the touchdown to close the gap to 7.
There's 23 varsity athletic teams with schedules, news, and more on the Rensselaer webpage at rpiathletics.com.
Looking to close this to less than a touchdown at this point, if they can get the 2 here on the conversion.
Well, at halftime, RPI had completed 9 of 14, and they had completed 18 of 32.
McCormick on the touchdown reception for St. Lawrence, not Marnell. It was McCormick on the reception. So St. Lawrence with a timeout before this 2-point conversion attempt.
RPI is forced to continue to score. It's a 1 score, less than a 1 score. If they don't make this.
2-point conversion attempt for St. Lawrence. 4 wide receivers. Groshot throws. That's complete. No, incomplete. Incomplete. I thought he had it at the goal line. That was Marnell. He didn't. It goes incomplete. So the pass fails. The score remains RPI 27, St. Lawrence 20 with 3:39 to go in the third quarter.
This third quarter is dragging. I can't believe it. Nothing more you can say, folks. The offense had a real chance early in this second half. Got to the 2-yard line and ended up kicking a field goal from the 31. But fortunately, the last series, they got the ball, moved it down the field very well, and got 7. In terms of St. Lawrence, they continue to move the ball down the field just about at will with the passing game. And when it's not passing, it's the quarterback running up the middle or throwing after he runs up the middle with nobody near him.
Ashforth to kick off. This is a short one. Davies takes it to 25, 30. Davies gets stuck in a pile, makes it to the 35-yard line.
With a 10-yard return. RPI will start first and
Number
10.
43,
At their own 35
Michael
yard line.
Gigantelli for St. Lawrence on the tackle. RPI offense comes on the field.
They have moved to the fourth quarter in Geneva. Ithaca 7, Hobart 3. And at the half in Schenectady, it's Union 21, Rochester nothing. Rochester, their last attempt to win a game this year. They have not won a league game since 2015, and they trail by 3 touchdowns at the half. Engineers first and 10 at their own 35. Marinopoulos has got a man down deep and overthrows Ackerman. Ackerman had beaten his man by 2 steps, but the pass was off target. Or he didn't get there in time. Depends on your point of view.
Keep at it, run their offense.
Engineers back to the line. It'll be 2nd and 10 RPI at the 35-yard line. Marinopoulos has 3 men to the right. And fakes the handoff, throws, and that is complete. That'll be a first down, breaking a tackle and getting down to the 44 is Lombardi.
Nice catch by Lombardi. Held on to it tight. There were 3 guys on him trying to yank it away.
First and 10 RPI to St. Lawrence 43. 3:09 to go in the third quarter. RPI 27, St. Lawrence 20. Different formation for RPI, a couple of slot backs and wide receivers, and that's pass. That is complete, and that'll be another first down at the 25-yard line to Smith. RPI moving quickly on this drive. 2:45 to go third quarter. RPI 27, St. Lawrence 20. First and 10 for RPI at the 24-yard line. Ball starts rolling away. We're going to say RPI against the wind at the moment. They're going left to right here at the East Campus Stadium towards the gymnasium. And on first down, RPI finding a hole here to the 15 and stopped around the 10-yard line.
Flag.
The flag comes out. Burnett on the carry for RPI right around the 10-yard line. This would be a first down if it was against St. Lawrence. Don't know what the call is at the moment. Block in the back against RPI.
They cannot do anything offensively without a penalty killing it right after it.
Penalty against the Engineers.
Sun is now shining at the East Campus Stadium. We were not expecting this.
No.
We were expecting rain for this game. It did rain early, but now the sun is shining on the field as RPI is backed up to about the 20-yard line. Burnett on another carry, and he's going to lose the ball, and St. Lawrence recovers at the 20-yard line. Murray covers that ball as Burnett coughs it up at the 20, and St. Lawrence has it, trailing by 7.
As I said, these penalties are killing us, and that one did for sure. We got a first down on the 10-yard line. Instead, the next play, we get backed up, and they fumble.
First and 10 for St. Lawrence at their own 20. RPI 27, St. Lawrence 20. 2 minutes to go, third quarter.
Defense has got to now play the way they're capable of.
This is WRPI Troy with Engineer Football from the East Campus Stadium. Kurt Stupp, Bob Conway in the call for you.
Got to stop this passing attack.
Timeout on the field. One of the officials has some sort of problem, so they are taking a look at him right now. One of the RPI training staff is over there as well. Ithaca now has a 10-3 lead on Hobart in the fourth quarter. Again, talked about this earlier. Ithaca is regionally ranked. RPI wants Ithaca to win and stay in those rankings because RPI beat Ithaca. That's the game that RPI is looking at that's most important to them. The other game in the Liberty League, Union 21-0 over Rochester at the half. I don't think anybody's surprised by that score at this point. 1st and 10 for St. Lawrence at their own 20-yard line. St. Lawrence throws, and that's incomplete. Looking for Ferraro near the 28, or the 24, pardon me, but it was a little bit behind him, and it falls incomplete.
Anthony Gallo on the stop. Big hit from Gallo.
St. Lawrence 2nd and 10. Groshot, and it's time. Throws, that is dropped. That is a drop. That's Murphy had it, was open around the 35, and just dropped it.
RPI was lucky on that one.
Third down and 10, St. Lawrence at their own 20. Five wide receivers for Groshot. Steps back, throws, and tipped away. Poggard got a hand on it, knocked it away from Ferraro, who it was intended for, and St. Lawrence is 3 and out.
Good job by the defense. Good series. When they needed to, that was a big series. Poggard almost had one.
Davies back around his own 48. Reaper is the punter for for St. Lawrence. Gets the snap, just gets it away. Davies signals a fair catch, and he'll take it at his own 46. 1:39 to go here, third quarter. RPI 27, St. Lawrence 20, and they'll put it at the 45 for RPI. So St. Lawrence not able to do anything with the fumble recovery, as Burnett coughed it up for RPI.
The RPI defense did a nice job on that play. But remember, St. Lawrence dropped one they should have had. Gotta keep that passing game down.
1st and 10 RPI at the 45. Marinopoulos with time, has a man open, that's complete, and that'll be down near the 35-yard line for RPI. That's Smith. Yep, Smith on the reception for RPI. They'll have him out at the 32.
Smitty runs good routes. He really does.
1st and 10 RPI to St. Lawrence 32. 1:15 to go here, third quarter. RPI another sideline completion, and that'll be another first down to Smith. He made it he got it at the 18, and he couldn't move forward. The defense was on him, but another first down.
My God, there's still 1 minute and 10 seconds to go in this quarter. It's forever.
RPI up. RPI called for an illegal formation, so that comes off the board. Well, not off the board, but that play doesn't count.
First down and 15.
Not only do they get penalties, but they're always after a positive offensive play where we picked up a first down or a long run or whatever. Called back, another penalty.
1st and 10 RPI at the, first and 15 RPI at the the St. Lawrence 37-yard line. I'm getting confused. Pass goes incomplete. It was off the hands of Davies. And it's incomplete on first down. I'm trying to find the Brockport-Cortland score, is why Brockport was on my brain. RPI looking to the sidelines for their play for what will be 2nd and 15. Engineers send one man in motion as Avery goes over to the far side. Marinopoulos throws, and that is picked off at the 22-yard line. Basically, I think that was Fremel who got that for St. Lawrence. He just slid and grabbed it, and RPI turns it over for the second time today.
RPI is given so much away in this game. They've given away at least 5 plays with penalties that had to be called back.
1st and 10, St. Lawrence at the 23. St. Lawrence trailing 27-20 late in the 3rd quarter. Groshot with time, looking downfield, now puts it up in the air. This one is short, and that'll go incomplete at the 46 of RPI.
Second down and 10.
Wind picking up. I think you can hear that in the background. It'll be 2nd down and 10 for St. Lawrence at their own 23-yard line.
Defense needs to get tough.
Groshot looks left, throws. That's complete to Ferraro, and he is stopped around the 29. The ball came out, but I think he was down first. I thought he was down first.
Ferraro with the reception.
Can't tell. The replay's too far away right now. Can't tell. My opinion was he was down.
3rd down and 4.
3rd and 4. And that is it for quarter number 3 here in Troy. 15 minutes will go on the board shortly as the teams change sides. It's RPI 27, St. Lawrence 20 after 3 quarters.
Yeah, you're listening to Rensselaer Football on WRPI 91.5 in Troy. RPI leads at 27-20 with 1 quarter to go. St. Lawrence basically has had its way in the second half, throwing the ball. RPI defense has not been able to stop the throwing game in St. Lawrence. And also, offensively, RPI has made some very good plays. At least 5 of them have been called back by penalties. They had a fumble and they had an interception. So they're making a lot of mistakes, but they're still leading the game. So they got 15 minutes to win this league.
15 minutes are on the board. It'll be St. Lawrence left to right, RPI right to left across your radio dial in quarter number 4. Groshot on 3rd down and 4 will throw, and that is complete to the 35, and that'll be a 1st down to McCormick.
Why doesn't anybody get in front of one of these receivers?
This guy, St. Lawrence, at their own 45-yard line.
First and 10, St. Lawrence at their own 35. They trail by 7 with 14:35 to go in the second half. McCormick goes in motion towards the middle. Groshot hands off on 1st down, and this run will actually get them about 4 yards. That was Battaglia on the carry. St. Lawrence not running all that often today.
Tackle, RPI number, let me see, what was the number? 90.
After 3 quarters, 11 rushes for St. Lawrence, 54 pass attempts.
That's Womble on the tackle for RPI.
Second and 6 for St. Lawrence at their own 39. Groshot looks right, pass, that is complete to the 49. That'll be another 1st down. McCormick is tackled out of bounds. They'll have him out at the 48. So St. Lawrence moves the chains.
RPI's just put a bunch of interior linemen in there. Maybe they're going to try to dump the quarterback or get to the quarterback.
First and 10, St. Lawrence at their own 48. 13:25 to go, third quarter. RPI leading by 7. St. Lawrence, go shot under pressure, gets tackled, and the pass goes incomplete.
What number was that? Because he was flying in there.
Was that Stefanski?
No, let's see. Was that 31?
Giasola? Was it Giasola or Sadak? I'm thinking now.
I thought it was Sadak, but I think it was Sadak. It's a linebacker.
Second and 10 from the 48 for St. Lawrence. 2 receivers each side. Groshot looks left and, well, looks over the middle actually. Well, okay, in between the 2 receivers more or less. It was to nobody and it goes incomplete. I think somebody ran the wrong route there.
RPI's putting some pressure on now. The defense. The D-backs have got to not let this ball get completed, and the interior line's got to give him no time to throw it. And don't run past him because he goes right up and throws it anyway.
Third down and 10 at their own 48 for St. Lawrence. Groshot gets rid of the ball. That's a completion. That'll be a first down to the 41-yard line. Ferraro. Right before Groshot got hit, he got it to Ferraro for a first down.
That's 6 times he's done it. Same play, same guy. Same 3 guys around him, and he throws it every time for completion. Because they're throwing underneath. But the underneath is always for a first down.
First and 10, St. Lawrence at the RPI 41-yard line. 12:45 to go, fourth quarter. RPI up 27-20. Groshot fakes the handoff, throws towards the sideline. Is that complete? Yes, that's complete to McCormick at the 36.
McCormick, gain of 5 to the 36-yard line. Second down and 5.
St. Lawrence now with a second and 5 at the RPI 36-yard line. Groshot under pressure, and he will get sacked back at the 46. Well, they'll put him more at the 44. Nonetheless, that's a sack for RPI.
Antonio Ragliano, number 98.
So 3rd and 13 for St. Lawrence as it's back to the 44 of RPI.
Huge play here.
Two receivers each side. Battaglia is in the backfield. Groshot looks to his right, throws and misfires. Misfired on that one. Flag comes out. Is this going to be roughing the passer? Dempsey was the intended receiver.
That was not thrown till way after the hit.
That's going against St. Lawrence. A dead ball foul against St. Lawrence in the backfield. And that will back the Saints up 15, and they don't get the down back.
I knew that wasn't roughing the quarterback. But the defense, look at, I've been talking about their lack of being able to stop the passes, but that series, they come out and they smothered him. He couldn't get the ball off most of the time.
St. Lawrence back to their own 41 for this punt. Reaper boots it away, and it's going to roll out of bounds. Davies didn't even run up to try to get that one. It rolls out of bounds around the 27 of RPI. We have 11:23 to go here in the fourth quarter. RPI 27, St. Lawrence 20.
Now this becomes a critical series for momentum in this game. RPI got a big lift just now by its defense. Finally cracked down, rushed. Coach I think he put 4 different interior linemen in him. Suddenly the pass rush was all over the place.
On first down, Cella with the carry, runs to the right. We got a flag coming out, 2 flags come out. Cella's stopped after a gain of 1, and I don't think this is going to count. 27-20, RPI leads, 11:16 to go, fourth quarter. Holding against RPI.
Holding penalty against the Engineers. Moves the ball back to the...
That'll be a loss of 10 for RPI. They'll be back to their own 17-yard line.
Not good.
Sun out, but wind picking up here at the East Campus Stadium.
Too close to that end zone. Another penalty. Unbelievable.
1st and 20 for the Engineers. The give is to Cella, and Cella, a couple of yards. The pile's still moving, and maybe a little bit beyond the 20. Yeah. He got about 3 yards on that running play. It'll be 2nd and 17 for RPI. Two receivers each side. Marinopoulos out of the shotgun for the Engineers. Marinopoulos looks to throw. Pass, that's complete to Ackerman, and he's near the original line of scrimmage. His forward progress has him out to the 27, and that'll make it 3rd down and 10. So it took 2 plays for RPI to get the penalty yardage back. And now it'll be 3rd and 10. RPI trying to move out of the milder end of the field to the windier end, which would be the open end of East Campus Stadium. 3rd down and 10 RPI, 4 wide receivers. And Marinopoulos gets hit, and he's going to get sacked inside the 20. He never even really brought his arm back to try to throw to anybody. He was looking downfield, and then the pressure came, and he ends up sacked inside the 20 at the 19-yard line, and RPI sends out Moncrief to punt.
RPI not making it easy on themselves.
Moncrief kicks. And Burns, he signaled a fair catch. Yeah, he signaled a fair catch, and then he started to run with the ball. That's why people are angry. He stopped quickly, but he signaled for a fair catch, and St. Lawrence has it at their own 46-yard line. 8:59 to go here in the fourth quarter. RPI 27, St. Lawrence 20.
Well, let's see if the defense can do what they did the last series.
First and 10 at the 41 for St. Lawrence. They need 7. Groshot throws, that's complete, 50 inside RPI territory, close to a first down. Where's Ferraro out of bounds? A little bit short. Ferraro's out at the 45, needed to get to the 44. So RPI is up by 7. The wild card here is Pinard, the kicker for St. Lawrence. Is he not in the game anymore? Because he has not appeared since the missed field goal in the first quarter, the first possession of the game. Ashforth has done the kicking, and St. Lawrence has gone for 2 on every touchdown today. So do they not have a field goal kicker right now? Pass, that's complete. That'll be a first down to McCormick, and he is stopped at the RPI 37. That'll be a first down, St. Lawrence at the RPI 37.
Jack Fallon in on that tackle. They're letting them catch the ball underneath. They just keep letting. Nobody tries to knock it down or intercept it.
First and 10, St. Lawrence at the RPI 37. RPI up by 7 in the fourth quarter. Groshot under pressure. Goes out to his right. Now he's going to throw downfield and out of bounds. Incomplete.
for Butler. Second down and 10.
It'll be 2nd and 10 for RPI. Third quarter, Union now has a 28-0 lead on Rochester, and with 3:26 to go, it's like a 10, Hobart 3.
It's for St. Lawrence, Kurt.
Pardon me?
You said RPI. St. Lawrence has got the ball.
Yeah, St. Lawrence has the ball. Throw, and that is off a couple of hands, and is that caught? It's a deflection and caught by McCormick around the 15-yard line. That'll be a first down for St. Lawrence.
To the RPI 15-yard line, first and 10, St. Lawrence.
Saints trail by 7. We have 7:15 to go, fourth quarter. First and 10 for St. Lawrence at the 15-yard line. Groshot looks left, looked left, through middle, and it was knocked down. Incomplete on first down.
Pass is incomplete.
Good job by the defensive line.
The line of scrimmage, second down and 10.
Might have been Valinati on that one.
Second down and 10, 2 receivers each side. Davis in the backfield. Groshot looking end zone into double coverage, and that goes incomplete.
Pass in the end zone is incomplete.
Murphy couldn't get it, and he was looking for a call, and the official said, nope, this play was out of bounds. There was no way for you to catch this. That's the official ruling on the field. So incomplete on second down, brings up third down. And again, brings up my question, does St. Lawrence have a kicker right now? .701 to go, fourth quarter. RPI up by 7. Third and 10 for St. Lawrence at the 15 of RPI. 3 receivers left, 1 right. Groshot looks over the middle. Groshot looking end zone, and it is bouncing around, incomplete. I think it may have actually hit the back of a defender. Flag on the play. Holding against St. Lawrence is the call. So does RPI back up St. Lawrence by 10, or do they push them into a fourth down situation? They will make it 3rd and 20 for the Saints back at the 25-yard line. RPI will accept this penalty.
Penalty moves the ball back to the 25-yard line. Correction, third down, 20.
3rd and 20 for the Saints back at the RPI 25-yard line. Two receivers each side. Davis in the backfield. Groshot looking left and loses the ball. It's fumbled. It's loose, and it looks like maybe RPI recovered at the 23. RPI was going to grab that first, but then a Saint came in right around the same time, and it is RPI's ball at the 23-yard line. They recover the fumble with 6:46 to go here in the fourth quarter.
What a huge play that was. The hit on the runner was the deal.
So RPI, that's the first turnover by the Saints today.
Brendan Zotti got the fumble.
First and 10 RPI at their own 24, up by 7. Davies is the quarterback right now. Davies is going to run it, 30. Davies is out to the 30, almost the 33. He's short of a first down. But right now, RPI is looking at this clock. They've got a 7-point lead, 6.5 to go in the fourth quarter. Obviously, you want points. You'd like to get those points by taking a huge chunk of that clock away.
get that ball in good field position, no matter what.
2nd and 2 for RPI at the 32 of the Engineers. RPI's on their own side of the field. 3 receivers bunched up to the right. Davies is going to run that way. Is he still in a quarterback? He's got a first down as he breaks free to the 45, to the 50. Davies gets past one man. Oh, that one man just got his leg enough, and he goes down at the 37 of St. Lawrence.
Nice run by Davies. This kid has done it all for RPI. I say it all the time, but I can't help it. And he does it in clutch situations.
37-yard line. First and 10 RPI.
1st and 10 RPI as the sun shines again on East Campus Stadium. I guess metaphorically and literally. At the 37-yard line of St. Lawrence. 5:28 to go here in the 4th quarter. RPI 27, St. Lawrence 20. Davies is the QB. Davies hands off to Cella on first down, and he stopped right around the line of scrimmage.
21 Nick Cella on the carry. It's a gain of 1. 2nd down and 9.
So it's a 7-point lead right now. You know, they just need a field goal.
They need a first down.
Well, they need that first, but
yeah.
in terms of scoring, a field goal
yes.
gets them where they need to be. Second and 10 at the 37 for RPI. Davies is going to take this one himself. Davies to the 30, along the sideline. Flag comes out. Davies will make the end zone, but I got a feeling this one's coming back.
Oh, don't tell me again.
This one is probably coming back because even RPI is not looking excited right now. It's going to be holding against RPI, and that comes off the board.
That's 7 times penalties have taken big gainers away. In that case, a touchdown. Wow. It's just hard to believe that a team that plays so well is making this many mistakes and penalties. And always at a key time in the game.
Ball goes back to the 47 of St. Lawrence. For RPI, it will be 2nd down and 20, and Marinopolis comes back into the game. You know, I kind of think you should keep Davies out there at this point.
So do I.
3 receivers left, 1 to the right for the Engineers. On 2nd and 20, Marinopolis will throw, and that is caught. Yes, that is caught just inside the 29-yard line by McDonald.
Nice catch by McDonald. Clutch throw. George with a clutch throw.
So he'll be at the 29. They need to get to the 27 for a first down. There's 4:10 to go here. 4th quarter. RPI 27, St. Lawrence 20.
I think we're back to the other. There's a name for that.
Wildcat.
The Wildcat. Yeah, that's what. They're back in there with that.
Davies is in there. Cella is his running back. Davies takes it. Going to follow Cella. Davies cuts upfield. Davies has got enough for a first down. He's to the 26.
That's huge.
To the 26-yard line. 1st and 10 RPI.
Clock starts. 3:45 to go here in the 2nd half. RPI up 27-20 over St. Lawrence, looking to clinch an NCAA berth and at least co-champions of the Liberty League.
This has been a tough game for RPI and St. Lawrence, but RPI's penalties have really hurt them, and the pass defense has really hurt RPI as well.
RPI burning clock, down to 5 seconds to go on the play clock. Davies is out there in the Wildcat. He takes the snap, gives to Cella. Cella gets tied up right away. He stops at the 28, and St. Lawrence will take a timeout with 3:08 to go in the half. St. Lawrence has 1 timeout remaining.
We want to remind you once again that you're listening to Rensselaer Football on WRPI 91.5 Troy. Also remind you that tonight at 7, the Houston Fieldhouse RPI hockey team versus St. Lawrence. Puck dropped at 7 o'clock. And next week at 12 noon next Saturday. RPI hosts their biggest rival, Union College. Probably one of the biggest rivalries in the East in Division III football for the Dutchman shoes.
I
just wanted to say, if you haven't been up here, you'll see not only a great rivalry, but you'll see this beautiful facility. It's just a fantastic place.
Out of town, it's a final in Geneva. Ithaca 10, Hobart 3.
Wow.
All right, so that means Ithaca finishes the league at 4-1.
Which would he wanted?
Well, RPI wants Ithaca to win. They'll probably stay regionally ranked, and that's good for RPI, but Ithaca's 4-1, so if RPI doesn't win this week and next week, and they end up in a 4-1 tie, it will be with Ithaca. They'll be co-champions, but RPI at 4-1 would go to the NCAA tournament. Second down and 12. Marinopolis puts it up and knocked away. That was not such a good pass right there. Right. Frimmel got a hand on it.
There's too many guys in that area to throw the ball.
And I would have gone on the ground to get the timeout off the board. St. Lawrence has one remaining. I would have run another play to keep the clock moving so that St. Lawrence would be in a position to take that timeout. It is now 3rd and 12 RPI ball at the St. Lawrence 28-yard line. 3:03 to go in the fourth quarter. RPI up by 7.
This is really important.
Cella is in the backfield. 2 receivers each side for RPI. And somebody moved early? Yes. RPI moved early. Now it'll be 3rd and 17 for the Engineers.
There's nothing I can say. It's just amazing that we're getting penalties when we're getting them.
Third and 17. RPI at the St. Lawrence 33-yard line, 3:03 to go in the fourth quarter. 3 receivers to the left. Marinopolis looks to throw. He's going to get hit and can't do anything. He's going to get sacked back at the 36. It'll be 4th and long RPI. And now St. Lawrence used that last timeout.
Timeout St. Lawrence.
St. Lawrence is out of timeouts in the second half.
See what RPI does.
Well, I think you're putting Moncrief out there to put this one inside the 10.
That's what you'd like.
Yes, I think that's your plan if you're RPI. Send out Moncrief, try to put this one inside the 10. St. Lawrence is going the other way, and again, I'll ask, does St. Lawrence have a place kicker right now? We have not seen Pinard since early in the first quarter. He has not kicked off. They have not tried an extra point. St. Lawrence in a position where if they get a touchdown, they have to go for 2 because they don't trust the kicking game.
Well, they must have thrown the equivalent of 7 or 8 2-pointers in this game so far on regular downs. Short sideline passes just killed RPI's pass defense all day, especially in the second half.
Fourth down is coming up. It's actually 4th and 20. Scoreboard still says 3rd and 17. It is 4th and 20 here at the East Campus Stadium for RPI.
I hate to see them get the ball back. The receivers are fast.
All right, so RPI took a delay of game, and St. Lawrence declined the penalty.
Delay of game penalty declined against RPI.
Moncrief is out there to punt. 2:58 to go. Burns is about his own 5. I don't think this. Burns is in the middle of the field. I don't think this ball is going anywhere near the middle of the field. Snap. Back to Moncrief. Actually, well, nope, it's going to go over towards the sidelines. It's going to bounce and go out of bounds inside the 10. All right, Moncrief did his job. The ball will be at the 8-yard line for St. Lawrence.
That's a great job by Moncrief.
There's 2:51 left. St. Lawrence needs 7, and they're starting out at their own 8. RPI looking to clinch the league title and an NCAA playoff berth with a win today. A loss, they can still get both of those, but it would have to come next week. Groshot under pressure, throws the ball up, and a flag comes out in the backfield. They'll say it's complete at the 15. But what is the flag for? And RPI signaling it's against St. Lawrence, and that's the way the Saints are acting as well.
Must be holding.
It is holding against St. Lawrence. That'll be half the distance to the goal, back them to the 4. If you're curious about the other game, Union leads Rochester 35-0 late in the 3rd quarter. I think it's safe to say Rochester will go winless in the league this year. 1st and 14 for the Saints. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. Lone running back for St. Lawrence. RPI cross. This is a free play for the Saints, and it's dropped. It was off the receiver's hands to a defender who almost caught it. He lost it, but it was a free play, so that'll be 5 yards against RPI.
First down again?
They will get first down again. It'll be 1st and 9. That very rare 1st and 9 play.
9. It's 1st and 9 for the Saints.
2:41 to go, 4th quarter. RPI up by 7. 1st and 9 for St. Lawrence at their own 9. Throw that is complete, and we got another flag coming out. Ball fumbled out of bounds. Groshot got it complete to McCormick, but it was fumbled out of bounds right after a flag came out. Pass interference against the offense, so that will back up St. Lawrence again, and guess what? We have another first down.
Offensive pass interference call against the Saints.
My God. This is unbelievable.
So this will be half the distance. They're back to about the 4.5-yard line now. 2:34 left to go, 4th quarter. RPI 27, St. Lawrence 20.
There's no time coming off the clock, for God's sake.
Now the clock starts. 1st and 14 for the Saints. Groshot out of the shotgun. He's right on the goal line. Groshot is going to throw to nobody. He threw that to the RPI sideline, and it's incomplete on 1st down. Finally, we advance to 2nd down.
Good pressure by one of the RPI interior linemen. I believe it was number 76, Rohan Chiaranash.
Second and 14 for the Saints. Groshot looks, throws. That's complete to Ferraro. Ferraro is stopped at the 15-yard line. He is 3 yards away from a first down. Clock continues to run. St. Lawrence has no timeouts. Third down and 3 for the Saints. 1:55 to go in the game. Groshot throws. That is complete and to the 19-yard line. That will now stop the clock. That will be a first down. So the clock stops on the movement of the chains, and it has just started again. 1st and 10 for St. Lawrence at their own 19. St. Lawrence trails by 7. 1:40 to go here in the 4th quarter. 5 wide out formation for Groshot. Takes the snap. He's looking to the right before he gets hit, dishes the ball off. Murphy has it. Murphy is stopped at the 21, and this looks like it's a roughing the pass. No. RPI's clapping. Is this going to be against St. Lawrence?
Holding?
I don't know. RPI was clapping after the call, and it looks like they're backing this up. This is unsportsmanlike conduct against one of the offensive linemen for St. Lawrence.
Number 66. That's Brandon DiCaccio.
Unsportsmanlike conduct call against St. Lawrence. Number 66 is disqualified.
So they'll back St. Lawrence up to, this should be half the distance, to the 11.
He got disqualified.
The penalty moves the ball back to the 11-yard line.
Did you hear me?
Yes, I heard you. First, second and long for St. Lawrence, back at their own 11. Pass, that is complete. They'll get out to the 30-yard line. This will be a first down out to the 35. Pass complete to Marnell. So the penalty doesn't affect them that much.
Stops the clock, darn. First down.
Clock's restarted. 1:10 to go in the fourth quarter. First and 10, St. Lawrence at the 36 on their own side of the field. Three-man rush. Groshot throws the ball. It's incomplete.
I don't know if he threw that. I thought he got hit from behind.
He got hit as he was throwing. That's a 50-50 right there. Looking on the replay. From this distance, I can't tell. But his arm was definitely up in the throwing motion.
Oh,
so
yeah.
he's going to get that probably. So it's incomplete on first down. Second and 10 at the 36 for St. Lawrence. 1:02 to go here. St. Lawrence trailing by 7. Groshot looking over towards the side, and is it picked off? Did RPI intercept? No, they're going to say it hit first before Samuels could get a hand on it.
I've never seen a game where teams just don't get a break in this game. It's their own fault. But it's unbelievable.
This is a somewhat odd game.
It's weird.
I'll give you that. 57 seconds left. It's third down and 10 at the 36 for St. Lawrence. That was Samuels trying to get the interception on the previous play, but he couldn't get it. He got it on a hop. Third down and 10. Groshot out of the shotgun. He's again looking to that side of the field, and again it's incomplete. Looking for Murphy, and it was off target.
They got one more play to stop them now.
53 seconds left, fourth down. If St. Lawrence can't convert here, that's the game. St. Lawrence has no timeouts. RPI getting the crowd behind them. Play clock to 20 seconds.
Don't let them get it off.
5 wide receiver formation for the Saints. Groshot looking over towards the side, and that is overthrown. Looking for McCormick, overthrows it to the RPI sideline, and fourth down. The Saints turn it over on downs with 49 seconds left.
Well, even though they got picked apart all second half, a couple of series when it really counted down the stretch, the defense came through.
Wow. 2 knees. RPI takes a knee twice, and this one is over with here at the East Campus Stadium.
This was one of the strangest games I've ever called in my life. Just the mistakes and the penalties. Both sides.
Marinopoulos under center, takes a knee, he gets pushed back, and I understand why St. Lawrence is doing that, but it usually doesn't work. We're under 40 seconds to play. RPI has to take one more knee. RPI going to the line, 20 seconds left in today's game. RPI up by 7, one more knee. Snap. Marinopoulos takes the knee, and it's just a matter of 10 seconds winding off the clock, and RPI will improve. Engineers will go to 8-0 overall, 4-0 in the Liberty League. They have clinched at least a tie for the league title, and they have clinched a berth in the NCAA tournament. Regardless of next weekend's action, RPI will be playing in 2 weeks in the NCAAs, and it's a final here at East Campus Stadium. RPI 27, St. Lawrence 20.
It was some game. It really was a nail biter. I guess the only things I can say about it is RPI had a number of very good plays. I would say a major number of them were called back because of penalties.
It was a penalty-filled game. I will certainly go along with that one.
At least one touchdown was brought back, and one that we were very close to getting a touchdown, but turns out they ended up with a field goal. But in addition to that, penalties, RPI's defense, I think it's very fair to say, is having trouble with pass defense.
That is a very fair statement. St. Lawrence did not run the ball much. 14 rushing attempts for St. Lawrence compared to 76 pass attempts for the Saints. 38 of 76 they were passing. So 76 pass attempts out of 90 plays from scrimmage. There was very little running in today's game for St. Lawrence. They were mostly going through the air, trying to get yards today. And, well, I think if you're an RPI fan, the question is, if they're going through the air all the time, you kind of should be ready for that. And
what I don't get, and I'm sure there's reasons for it, and they know a lot better than I do, but I think they're throwing underneath so much, and that's almost like a prevent. It was a prevent up at Hobart, I believe, and but today the guys would be right on the person, and they'd catch the ball with their back to them, and they'd be right near the sideline, and they also ran great routes on third down over the middle and off to the sides, especially number one. They must have threw to him 6 or 7 times on the same play.
Ferraro.
For a first down, yeah.
That was Ferraro, yeah. St. Lawrence ended up with 456 passing yards today. That's a lot. Rushing yards.
Is that the final?
19, yeah, I'm looking at the final stats. 19 rushing yards for St. Lawrence, 456 passing yards. So, yeah, quite the disparity in today's game as things are winding down. Stats of note, St. Lawrence came into this game scoring 17 points on average in league. They scored 20. The defense had been giving up 27 on average in league. They gave up 27. The score actually pretty much reflects a St. Lawrence game this year within the league. It really does. It's statistically the same thing. So this was what you should expect from a St. Lawrence opposition. If St. Lawrence is your opposition, this is kind of what you should expect from the game. Yeah, it was tight. But RPI came out with the win. That's what you had to do. You're not going to win every game running away like Rochester or Buffalo State this year. There's sometimes you're going to get into a dogfight. And today was a dogfight against St. Lawrence. And maybe for RPI this was a down day. And if you're going to have a down day, then have a down day against a 2-6 team and not next week against what will be a 6-2 team, I believe. That's when you want to have your down day. If you want to go back and look at things that went wrong, you want to have to go wrong when you won, not what went wrong when you lost. So if you're an RPI fan, maybe this wasn't the game you were expecting, but you got the result you wanted. The team is no less than co-champions of the league, and the team is in the NCAA tournament. They did the job they had to do today. They won today's game to get those two things. And that's really the important thing if you're an RPI fan or if you're an RPI player. And that's what you wanted to do. You wanted to finish those out today. Next week, is it still important? Yes, it is. You still want an undefeated season. You still worried about your NCAA season. There's a lot you're worried about, but make next week just about next week and not about everything. All right, so
we haven't received the stats yet, and I really would like to look at the final stats because this is not an easy game to pick game stars. I'll tell you that.
This was a strange one, and I'll get to one of the stranger things in a moment about this one. Okay, so I'm going to run down the scoring for you in today's game. RPI led for most of this game. However close it was, RPI only trailed very briefly in this game. So 3:24 left to go in the first. Avery with a 17-yard pass from Marinopoulos, and Christian's kick made it 7-0 RPI. With 28 seconds to go in the first, Ferraro got a 5-yard pass from Groshot, and Marnell's pass from Groshot failed or was successful on the conversion, pardon me, and it was 8-7 St. Lawrence at that point. That was the only time St. Lawrence led today. From 28 seconds left in the first, it would be 8-7 at the end of the first quarter. 12:54 left to go in the first half. Davies got a 13-yard pass from Marinopoulos, and Christian's kick made it 14-8 in favor of RPI. RPI took the lead at that point to stay. They never trailed after that point. And then with 6:39 to go in the second, Christian with a 25-yard field goal made it 17-8 in RPI's favor, and that was the score at halftime. In the third, RPI came out. Good play got them down close to the goal line, but they couldn't get 6, but they got 3. Christian with a 31-yard field goal made it 20-8. With 9:01 to go in the third, Marnell with a 17-yard pass from Groshot. The 2-point conversion failed. It was 20-14 RPI at that point. Engineers would get what would be the game-winning score. Davies with a 3-yard run with 5:58 to go in the third. Christian's kick made it 27-14 in RPI's favor. And then with 3:39 to go in the third, McCormick with a 20-yard pass from Groshot. The conversion failed again, 2-point conversion, and it was 27-20 RPI after 3. And in the fourth quarter, for all the action in the fourth quarter, no scoring in quarter number 4 today. 0 scoring. I found that to be the oddest thing as I'm looking down at my score sheets and everything, that nobody scored in the fourth quarter, even though it was back and forth and there were turnovers going around. So it was a final here of RPI 27 and St. Lawrence 20. With that, RPI improves to 8-0 on the season, 4-0 in the conference, and again, they are no less than conference co-champions. They win outright if they beat Union next week.
I think they're 9-0.
RPI plays 9 games this year.
I thought they were 8-0 going into today.
They're 7-0.
Okay.
I may have said 8-0 before because I wrote it wrong on my sheet. I wrote 7-0, but RPI only has 9 games today, this year. Yes, RPI only has 9 games, so they're 7-0. I did say 8-0 earlier, so that is my fault. But they are 8-0 now, 4-0 in the conference. St. Lawrence falls to 2-7 overall. They are 1-3 in the conference. They will finish the season with a losing record, and they have Hobart to finish out their season next week. And RPI will be playing here against Union next week for a perfect record on the regular season. And they're at this point also playing for positioning for the NCAA tournament because they are now in. But where are they going to be playing in 2 weeks? Don't know. It's RPI, what they do, and what other teams do around the region. So that is not something we can even guess at. We would suspect if RPI goes 9-0, they would get a home game for the first round. We suspect that, but again, that's not written in stone anywhere. That's just what we think will happen. So that's your rundown on what happened here. RPI against Union next week. St. Lawrence finishes out their season against Hobart. And over to Bob.
Okay, I'm going to it's difficult, but I'm going to do for my offensive stars, I'm going to do Connor Davies and Nick Cella. There were a couple of real long, they're only one plays, but I know McDonald had another good one also. McDonald Lombardi. Lombardi had one for 71 yards and McDonald for 64. So I like to add those two to the Cella and Davies. On defense, I like Hoggart, Stadak, and Gutowski. Gutowski, I thought played a very good game. Joey Gutowski.
Gutowski 6 tackles, Hoggart 8, Sadak 9.
Oh, good. I didn't have any of that. They didn't bring our stats up this time, so. But I'm happy with those 3. So on defense, Sadak, Hoggart, and Gutowski. Offense, Cella, Davies, and the 2 receivers, Lombardi and McDonald. And you know what? I think some weeks I just forget to put him in, but over the whole year he's been there. Marinopoulos, he had 1 interception, but I only have the halftime stats here. You know what his passing was for the game?
Marinopoulos was 17 of 30 with 1 interception, 2 touchdowns, 386 yards. Sacked twice. Quarterback rating 180.1.
I got to put him in there too then. So we got a lot of stars today, but Marinopoulos, Chellet, and Davies, and then Sadek, Haggard, and Gutowski.
All right, that will do it for us here from the East Campus Stadium in Troy, New York. We would like to thank the Rensselaer Union. They provide the funding for WRPI and all the club-related activity of the Institute, and that includes WRPI's coverage of engineer football, hockey, and baseball. Also, WRPI is on the World Wide Web. Point your browser to WRPI.org, and you can pick up our broadcast 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. As long as we're sending something over through the air, we'll provide it for you on that feed. Once again, that is WRPI.org. For out-of-town scoreboard, just to cover that, late in the fourth quarter, 35-7, Union leads Rochester, and a game of note for RPI, Ithaca defeated Hobart 10-3 out in Geneva. So Ithaca finishes the Liberty League at 4-1, and they will probably remain a regionally ranked team.
Kurt, you said it, and I just want to reiterate it. This wasn't one of RPI's best games, but they were still able to win. They were still able to come through in the clutch on key defense situations, on key offense situations. I mean, that to me is a sign of a good team, the never quit attitude. Not that they were losing, but it was a tough game. And my hats still go off to them. They won the game, and they got one to go.
Our next sports broadcast is tonight, 7 o'clock. They face off at the Houston Fieldhouse, RPI versus St. Lawrence in men's hockey. And then we are back on the air next Saturday, noon, here at the East Campus Stadium. It's RPI versus Union as the Engineers try for a perfect season before they head off into the NCAA tournament. That will be the Dutchman Shoes game next Saturday at noon here at the East Campus Stadium. Bob Conroy was to my right. I'm Kurt Stutt. We'd like to thank you for listening. We would like to thank our staff back at the station for making sure we got it on the air to you today. The final score here from the East Campus Stadium.